Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Today we have another lesson in Mega Goal 6. But before we start the new lesson, let's take a quick overview of the previous lesson. We started talking about the differences between reported speech and quoted speech. We said that there are two characteristics for the quoted speech. The first one is that we use the exact words of the person we are talking about, or we use the exact words that someone said. So we are copying the same words. This is the first characteristic. The second thing is that we place these words inside quotation marks. Two characteristics. After that, we talked about the reported speech and the differences between the reported speech and the quoted speech. We said that we paraphrase the words of the person. And then after that, we don't put these words inside quotation marks. Then we talked about the rules and exceptions to the sequence of tenses. We've talked about changing the speech from quoted into reported, and we said that the verb in the noun clause generally moves back one tense. So if it's in the present, like if we are talking about, if you use the word is, if we change the quoted speech into reported, it becomes was. So we change, or the tense moves back one tense, or moves one tense to the back. After that, we have some exceptions to the rule of the sequence of tenses. The first one, if the reporting verb is in the present tense, present perfect or future, the noun clause verb doesn't change. We use the same words in the quoted speech and also the same verb in the reported speech. This is the first situation, if it's the present perfect or future. The second thing, if we are talking about a fact or general truth, for example, the psychologist said that it is or was human nature to enjoy hearing about scandal. Number three, when the action that the reported speech refers to hasn't happened yet. If we are talking about something that is going to happen in the future, then we don't change the verb. After that, number four, the modal verbs. The modal verbs don't change. They remain the same in the quoted speech and in the reported speech. Number five, the imperative is changed to infinitive. Imperative, we talked about the meaning of imperative, and we said that it is something, or it is a request or command directed to you. For example, don't spread that rumor. This is a quoted speech. When we wanted to change it to reported speech, we used an infinitive. My friend told me not to spread that rumor. After that, we talked about the noun clauses beginning with whether or if. In this case, if we want to report a question that someone has said, we use the words whether or if. So feel free to use either of them because they are both correct. To report yes or no questions, so not any question, yes or no questions. Whether or if is used to introduce the noun clause. Ask, not say or tell, is used as the reporting verb. For example, Jane asked, is the rumor true? We have agreed that we have many things to do if we want to change the quoted speech to reported. The first thing is that we take the quotation marks out. They are all taken out. Jane asked. Then we use the words whether or if. Jane asked her friend if the rumor was true. Why did we use the word was when there is in the original sentence? Because we've agreed that when we change the speech from quoted to reported. The verb or the tense of the verb goes one to the back. After that, we had 3 or 4 exercises, and in each exercise we focused on 1 or 2 things. In the first exercise, we were asked to write sentences that quote the speaker's exact words. We have some examples here. For example, Professor Jen, there will be no written exams. This is a sentence, and we were asked to put this sentence in, or we have to quote the words of Professor Jen. So we use the quotation marks, we use the commas, and also we use the word said. So it become like Professor Jen said there will be no written exams. So we're talking now here about the quoted speech. So it is not correct if you say Professor Jen said that, then you complete the sentence, because in this situation it will not be a quoted speech, it will be a reported speech. So the right way is to use this form. Professor Jen said, then you copy the exact word. For example, we have this sentence, Rebecca, they should mind their own business. When we quoted the Rebecca's words, we used this structure. Rebecca said, comma, they should mind their own business. We copied the exact word. We haven't changed anything, and we shouldn't add anything to the words before the punctuations. Rebecca said, we don't use the word that, because we have agreed that the word that is used with the reported speech. So this is the proper formula for quoting someone's words. And after that, we have the following sentences and answers for the previous exercise. In B, we were asked to change the quoted speech to reported speech. We've talked about this part, and we said that if we want to change a quoted speech to reported speech, we start by taking the punctuations out. We remove the commas and we remove the quotation marks. We also add the word that. For example, here, Taro said, well, in the second one, Taro said that. He and Albert were going to form a writers group. Now let's go to the first or to the second sentence. He said, my cell phone isn't working. These are the exact word of that person. So if we want to report them, we use the word that, and it is here put in parentheses. That means it's okay to take out the word that. And here we have isn't. We've agreed that that the verb or the tense of the verb goes one to the back when we change the quoted speech to reported. So we shouldn't keep the verb in the same tense. It's not correct if we said, he said that his cell phone is not working. Okay? We should always focus on the verbs. We should take the verb one tense to the back. And after that, we did the same with each one of these sentences. Then we have exercise C. Circle the correct verb to complete each sentence. We focused here on the modal verbs. We've talked about the modal verbs, and we said that they don't change in the quoted speech or in the reported speech. They remain the same. And we said that in some situations, it's okay to use both of the words, like will or would, if you want to talk about something in the future. And the answers for Each one of these selections are as shown here in this slide. After that, we were asked to change the sentence or to change the questions to reported ones. For example, my friend asked me, will you buy a laptop soon? And we've talked about this part. We said that if we want to change or if we want to report a question, a yes or no question, we use one of the two words, whether or if. And the answers are as shown here in this slide. They asked him, is the rumor true? We asked him if or whether the rumor was true. We used if or whether, and also as was converted to the past form, which is was. And we did the same with the rest of the sentences. Today on page 58, we have a conversation lesson. In the conversation lesson, we are going to listen to a conversation, a talk, a discussion between two people or more. So go ahead, open your books on page 58. And as you can see here on the top of the page or on the left side of the page, there is, what do you see on the left side? Okay, we see a phone, and as you can imagine that what we are going to listen to is a phone call between two friends. Now I want you to pick up your pens, listen carefully to these parts of the conversation, underline the new words, and I want you also to focus on the phrases or expressions in blue. I want you to try to guess the meaning of each one of them. Try to understand the meaning from within the context. Now let's go ahead and listen to the conversation between Anna and Farah.
Page 58. 4. Conversation.
Hello? Anna, I'm so glad I found you. You'll never believe what I just heard. Ella and Susan had a huge argument and split up.
Again? That's a real on-again, off-again friendship.
Yes, but this time I hear it's for good.
What happened?
Rumor has it that Ella told Susan she was tired of her talking about herself and her problems and never wanting to listen to her. But the real reason was that she was really upset because she found out that Susan had been talking about her behind her back.
But she hadn't, had she?
No, but Stacy told Ella that she had heard Susan talking about.
I thought Stacy was supposed to be Susan's friend. What a backstabber. Why would she badmouth Susan like that?
Isn't it obvious? She said it because she wants to become Ella's friend. But that'll never happen because we'll set things right.
We will? How are we going to do that?
We're going to talk to Ella and tell her that Stacy was lying, and we'll do it in front of Stacy.
Oh, no. I don't want to do that. You're better at this sort of thing. I hate confrontation.
But we need to confront Stacy with this. If we don't, she'll do it again. And it's not right for Ella and Susan to fall out over a lie. They'd have gotten over that other issue about listening to each other, but not this. Would you forgive me if you found out I had talked about you behind your back?
Absolutely not. Have you?
Anna, this is not about us. It's about Ella and Susan. They've been friends since kindergarten.
Well, so have we. Okay, let's do it.
Great. I'll call you back later with more details.
Okay, we have just listened to a conversation between Anna and Farah, and they are talking about their friendship and some of their friends. Now we will try to focus on some of the words that might be new for some of you. For example, we have here the word rumor. Rumor is a news or piece of information that comes from a reliable source. A news that you don't trust, that come from a source that you don't trust. Okay, this is called rumor or gossip. After that, we have the word upset. She was really upset. When someone is upset about something, that means he or she is not happy about it. He or she is mad about that thing, or he is or she is disappointed about that thing. Then after that, we will go to the second page. On the second page, we have some of the words. For example, we have the word confrontation. She said, I hate confrontation. What is the meaning of confrontation? Confrontation, as you can notice here, ends with A-T-I-O-N. So it's a noun. The verb of this word is confront. So what is the meaning of confront? Confront means when you face or when you come face to face with someone regarding a controversial issue. Okay, so that is the meaning of confrontation. You try to come face to face with a person regarding a controversial or something or a problem you are having. Then after that, we heard Anna says, absolutely not. What is the meaning of absolutely not? It means that, or when someone says absolutely not, it means that someone is strongly denying something. When someone says absolutely not or definitely not, it means they are denying or strongly denying or not accepting something. The last thing is the word kindergarten. What is the meaning of kindergarten? It's the stage or the preschool. Kindergarten is when we go to the school, the stage that comes before the primary or the elementary school. That stage is called kindergarten. Okay, now, as we have just listened to this conversation between Anna and Farah, now we will try to go ahead to the questions about this conversation. These questions are revolve around your comprehension of what you have listened. So, in each one of these questions, I want you to try to answer without going back to the conversation. If you couldn't, it's okay to go back and read again, try to find the answers. But firstly, try to identify the keywords. For example, in number one, what news does Farah give Anna? Here we are talking about the word news. So you can go back to the conversation, scan for the word news or any similar words, then try to find the answer. And you can also do the same with the rest of the questions. So, number one, what news does Farah give Anna? Farah told Anna that Ella and Susan had split up. Number two, why is Anna surprised at Stacy? She thought that Stacy was Susan's best friend. Number three, what is Anna's response to Farah's suggestion? She is skeptical about it because she doesn't like confrontation. She is skeptical. The word skeptical means when you are not sure about something. Okay, when you are not sure about something, that means you are in a skeptical situation. After that, we will talk in the real talk about the word or the highlighted words, the words in blue or the expressions or phrases. The first one, split up. We talked about some of the friends and they were saying, Farah and Anna saying about their friends that they are going to split up. What is the meaning of split up? It is something that you can understand from within the context. The word split means when two things go into parts, when two things stop being one part. So if you have something and you split it, that means you divide it into more than one part. So they will split up, that means they will end their friendship. They will not be together anymore. After that, we have on again, off again. What is on again, off again? They said that their friendship is on again, off again. It means that they become friends, then they end their friendship. Then they go back to being friend again, then they end their friendship. So they are on again, off again. So their friendship is not stable. Then after that, we have for good. What is the meaning for good? When you say, I will be here for good, the word for good means forever. For good, forever. I will stay here permanently. I will do this permanently. Permanently means something not temporary, not something that happens for a short time. It is permanent. That means it is going to take place for a long time. Behind someone's back. When someone says something behind your back, that means they are saying this without your knowledge. Without your knowledge, so without someone's knowing. Backstabber. What is the meaning of backstabber? Backstabber is a compound word. A compound word. It is made of two words, back and the word stab. What is the meaning of the back? Back is a part of the body that is in the back here. This is the back of the person's body. And stab is when a person has a knife and stick it in something. That is a stabber. The person who does that thing is called a stabber. So backstabber is the person who talk about other people in bad manners. They call him a backstabber. Why they call him backstabber? Because they are talking in a bad manners about other people without their knowledge. So this is a metaphorical way, a figurative way of using an expression because it's a bad thing. They call that person a backstabber. So the definition here is a person who says bad things about another person behind his or her back. Bad mouth is when you criticize, when you talk about someone in a bad manner, when you gossip about someone, to criticize someone to other people. After that, as we have listened to the conversation between Anna and Farah, I hope that you noticed that they were talking about a secret. And Anna many times asked Farah that she is going to tell her a secret, and she wanted Farah to keep that secret. There are many ways, if you want to tell somebody a secret, there are many ways to ask somebody or to tell somebody that you are going to tell them a secret and you want them to keep that secret. We have here some expressions that you can use. The first one is, can you keep a secret? Number two, please don't tell anyone I told you this, but. Number three, you will never believe what I heard. Number four, you're not going to believe this, but. These are examples of telling a secret. And if someone wanted to tell you a secret, you have, or we usually promise people that we are going to keep their secret. What is the proper expression, or what is the proper response to one of these, or to any of these expressions? If someone says, can you keep a secret? What is the proper response for that expression or for that request? I promise I won't tell anyone. Or I won't say a word about it, or my lips are sealed, or you can't trust me. So we have two parts. On the left side, we have expressions that you can use before telling somebody a secret. And on the left side, we have some expressions that you can use to respond to a person who asks you to keep a secret. Now let's go to the workbook on page 40. As we have just learned some expressions in the previous lesson, like bad mouth, split up, on again, off again, and so on, we are going to use these words, or we are going to put these expressions in the suitable blanks in order to make sure that you have understood everything in this lesson. So you can now pause the video right now, take some time to do the exercise by your own. Then after that, you can resume the video so you can check your answers with us. But let's firstly do the first one together. Then you can do the rest by your own. Number one, Saeed and his business partner, after an argument about working conditions in the office. Okay, now we have to identify the keywords. The first one is business partner. The second thing, after an argument, conditions in the office. We have two keywords. They are Saeed and his business partner. They are together. Saeed and his business partner, and they are having an argument. And we have here a box that has 8 words. Which one do you think suits this blank the most? Split up. They had split up. What does that mean? They are no longer partners because they had an argument regarding or about working conditions in the office. Number 2, don't be fooled by some people's friendly manner. They can be when they feel threatened. Just watch your step. So we have the word threatened and don't be fooled. Okay? So what do you think is the proper answer for this blank? Backstabbers. Number 3, she thought Amina and Aisha were friends. Then she heard Aisha yesterday afternoon saying she was selfish and inconsiderate. So Amina said something about Aisha. She said that. So what do you think is the correct answer? Bad mouthing. Number 4, on the other hand, Aisha would never have talked Amina's. She would have told her how she felt. The answer for this one is behind Amina's back. Number 5, I can stand these friendships. You are either close friends with someone or you are not. You can't be friends one day and then change your mind the next day. The answer is on again, off again. Number 6, our neighbors have moved away for good. They said they would be happier living near their children and grandchildren. Number 7, your secret is safe with me. Don't worry, my lips are sealed. Number 8, if you argue with a friend, you shouldn't just end the friendship. You should find an opportunity to talk about things and set things right. This is the last part of our lesson today. Thank you all for attending, and I wish you enjoy the rest of the day. Assalamu alaikum.